Welcome back to Walsall Fan TV for the preview of Harrogate Walsall on Saturday. Well, Walsall, top of the tree, guaranteed top spot for Christmas is pretty special. 4 points clear with a game in hand over second place Port Vale. So Walsall sitting pretty. Harrogate down the bottom end, 20th. 7 points clear of trouble, so they're not doing that bad, but not doing that great either. Struggling to score goals, 17 goals scored, 30 against, is a bit of a challenge for them. 2 wins and 4 defeats in the last 6. Big blow against Wimbledon, game before last. Lost captain Josh Falkingham. He's going to be out of the team for a while. Big loss for them. So in a period where they're not doing too well, it sort of tests them further. Last Saturday, they were ahead away at Tranmere, but Tranmere pulled it round and got the win. Looking at the stats, 5 shots on target each, so quite a close one, even though Tranmere was sort of at 3 times as many shots. But not on target. Right then, previous to that, away win at Gillingham was impressive. Home win against Chesterfield, very impressive. Home loss against Morecambe, disappointing. So a bit of a mix-up. The attack-minded players, we've got number 10, Matt Daly, James Daly, number 11. Duke McKenna, number 9, and Jack Muldoon. We know a bit more about him, don't we? He's wearing number 18 shirt. So, what are Walsall going to do on Saturday? Well, Jamil Matt has been very impressive for us so far, but he's suspended for Saturday. And when we've had games where we've started without Jamil Matt, we've not looked anywhere near as good. So that is a concern for January, I think. Getting coverage for Jamil Matt. If he was to have an injury, that would be a problem for us, I think. Nathan Lowe, he can sort of fill in the gap as such on that target man. So then the question is who to play alongside him. So on Saturday, is Matt Sadler going to go with Adoma up front again alongside Nathan Lowe? We do look a bit lightweight up front with that setup. Undoubted talent, but maybe not being as impressive as perhaps we would have liked. Would it perhaps be a good game for DJ? He's had a few games in the EFL Trophy. Is he ready for his start? Or will Adoma be the guy alongside Nathan Lowe? We've also got Ray's Cleary. He's chomping at the bit for game time. He will get a place on the bench, at least, I would think. But I think Nathan Lowe and Adoma is likely to be the 2 up front. So the aerial strength is going to be weakened regardless, with Jamil Matt not about. Makes a big impact in both boxes, does Jamil Matt. So that's something that we're missing out on. So how can we fill that void? I think formation-wise, Tommy Simpkin is going to be in goal. Back 3, as expected, I think, would be Akagbu, Williams and Taylor Allen. With Liam Gordon and Connor Barrett on the wing backs. In the middle, Ryan Stirk, as long as he's well, because he did have a bit of a cold, I think, or a bit of illness, so he should be back. And then I think Jamie Jellis will come back in, so we'll have Lakin on the left and Jellis on the right, with Jack Earing dropping down to the bench. And then whichever one he decides to go up front alongside Nathan Lowe, of course. Oshie looked good when he came on against Barrow. So You talk to Oshy fans and they say he can play anywhere. Could he play up front? Or is that ridiculous? You tell me. People don't like him stepping out of the back three. But he's done very well in midfield. Could he do a job up front as well? Or am I being daft? I think if I was Danny Johnson, I'd be very disappointed if Oshy took my place up front. So I think that's unlikely, really. I'm just sort of throwing it out there. In January, we need to be looking at cover for Jamil Matt. He's 35 and he's having a superb season. But can he get all the way through the season with the intensity, particularly of this the holiday period? So that's a concern. Freddie Draper is the obvious one, not getting major game time for Lincoln. Have Walsall got a chance with him dropping down the pecking order to get him back on loan to help stiffen up our attack for the running? Josh Gordon's not far away, so is he going to fill the gap? And then, of course, we have Douglas James Taylor. Is he going to be in the squad for Saturday? That would be a surprise. But he is back in training after his break, after he finished off in Ireland. So we'll be interesting to see his levels if he came back into the first team. Franz Pirot is another player that Walsall perhaps will be looking at. I know Droda will be looking to hold on to him. But there's rumours that he might be moving on already. So could Walsall be the team to grab him and get him on board for next season? Or maybe in January. One other player, we won't be able to get him in January, but maybe at the end of the season, a good player for development at 24 and 6'3". We played him on Saturday. Emil Aqua. Could he be a long-term replacement for Jamil Matt? What do you guys think? 11 and 53 for Barrow this season, or while he's been at Barrow rather. 15 in 76 for Maidenhead. Compare that to Freddie Draper. 10 in 22 for Walsall. 8 in 21 for Droda. But just 2 in 17 this season. He's got more yellow cards than goals this season. So maybe dropping back down into League 2 would be a great move for him. So Freddie Draper back in January. Would you like that, Saddlers fans? I would. But who are you going to play if that one is out there? Hopefully Nathan Lowe is not going anywhere. I think it'd be unwise to move him at this stage. I don't think he's going to be playing first team for Stoke if he went back. And with Emre Tezgel not having regular starts, it'd just be another striker struggling to get on the bench, perhaps. So I think would make sense to keep Nathan Lowe at Walsall. Unless, of course, they wanted to switch him up into League 1. Which we certainly hope it's not going to happen for a third year running, but we've got to be prepared. Never fall in love with loan players, that's what they're saying. But that would be cruel to have him taken away when he's part of a promotion campaign. Right then, Walsall Fan TV prediction. I think this is going to be much tighter than people expect against Harrogate. I'll settle for a 1-0 win Walsall. Loving it. Enjoying the pain. Long may the joy continue. Merry Christmas.